If you guys are readers, do you ever just spontaneously decide on a random Saturday in December that you want to rearrange your bookshelf? Well, that's me right now, and that's what we're gonna do. Today, I'm gonna take you guys along with me as I rearrange this mess. I love my bookshelf so much, but right now, and honestly the past couple of months, as I've been acquiring more and more through library book sales, I can get books for super cheap prices, and that's what I've been doing. But it's all adding up, and I literally have book stacks all over my floor, and everything is a mess and unorganized. And it just kind of bothers me because, well, let me just give you guys a tour, but make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment first. This is the current state of my bookshelf. It may look like kind of organized, but let me just explain. So, up here, like, I literally can't even tell you what it is. It literally goes from Jenny Han books to the Selection series to Colleen Hoover to Heartstopper. Like, none of those are even within the same genre. And this shelf literally goes from Harry Potter to my literary fiction section, which makes no sense. This is all my contemporary romance, which makes sense. But then we just go to dystopian and then a bunch of fantasy down here, which I feel like it just isn't very cohesive. I'm someone who likes to have my shelves organized by genre, and this just does not make a lot of sense to me. Over here we have Percy Jackson, Hunger Games, random series, and then we go over here where we have fairy tale retellings, and then mysteries down here. And you haven't even seen the worst part. Over here, on my floor, we have stacks of random books, and none of them are in the same genre. Like, literally, these are just organized by color. And they're barely even organized by color. Like, we have yellow over here and then more yellow over here. Like, it just does not make sense. Yeah, it really doesn't make sense. And I want to fix that. I want my bookshelves to be at least a little bit organized rather than just randomly scattered. So, that's what we're going to attempt to do today. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so right here, I drew a very rough map of what I want to do. So what I'm thinking is making this whole main bookshelf like fantasy, because I have a lot of fantasy. I feel like I could potentially cover this whole shelf with just fantasy books. Like, I'm including dystopian and sci-fi in that genre as well. And then I'm thinking for these like 6 shelves, sorry, this is kind of in the way. But yeah, I'm thinking keep the mystery, but then I also have a bunch of mystery in these stacks, so I could, since these count as fantasy, they'll be on this shelf, so I can finish up the mystery section. And then the stacks, as well as the random books up here, will be all my contemporary romance type of books. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm hoping it does work, because if not, I don't really have a plan B, so we're just gonna hope and pray that it works. But I think the only proper way to really start off this transformation is to take everything off of the shelves and arrange them into piles. Oh no, wish me luck, guys. You can do something, babe. Say something, say something. Lose something, babe. Risk something. I still have like 3 more fantasy shelves. Please ignore my bed in the background. It's unmade. I'm sorry. What have I done? Guys, I changed into a t-shirt. That means we're getting serious. It's literally an obstacle course in here. I'll get back to you guys once the shelves are empty. Oh god, guys. This is my room. Oh my god. I actually can't. Okay. So as you can tell, it's a bit difficult to navigate, but my shelf is empty almost, except for Harry Potter, for the first time since I've gotten it. And this is low-key nostalgia, because I haven't had like my room look like this since like 2 years ago when I first got my shelves. But yeah, Quick tour. Over here in this general vicinity are fantasy series. Over here are fantasy standalone / fantasy series that I only have one book to. Over here is dystopian sci-fi. Up here are my fairy tale retellings. I'm not taking them off the shelf yet because they're gonna shift over momentarily, but I have literally no room to put them on the floor. Over here is my literary fiction. Then some adult fantasy into all over here is young adult fantasy, Colleen Hoover, some mystery thrillers that I have to somehow fit on this shelf. And yeah, I think the best first step is to dust these shelves because they have not been dusted in quite some time. So let's do that. It's too hard to set up the ring light over here. I'm just deal with the bad lighting for a second, guys. So up there is gonna be regular fantasy standalone / the ones that I, oh, it was out of focus, I'm sorry, / the ones I first in series that I don't own the rest to. It's not that difficult to explain. I see your profile and your smile, I'm unsuspecting me. What we're gonna do is transfer them onto the floor, onto this box you can't see. Come here, I whispered in your red light. At least I have the decency to keep my lights out of sight. Only numbers from my hips and thighs, and I whispered tight.
I've been thinking about myself today, thinking how I changed, how I really don't care if you are here or if you don't stay.
Guys, I lost my coffee. Oh. Secured. Probably shouldn't hold that over my entire book collection. Anyways, first shelf done. I tried something a little new where I pulled the books as forward. Oh my god, it's so blurry. As forward as they could go, except for those ones because I want to put some little trinkets there. We'll get to that later. But yeah, usually I have the books like pushed back. But I thought I tried it with these where I pulled them all the way forward, and I like the way that looks a lot better than if they're like all the way in the back. So yeah, now we're gonna do Harry Potter and some fantasy series, or should we do standalones? I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep putting standalones because I still have a bunch of standalones. Guys, I feared this moment would come, and it finally has. I have run out of space on my fantasy / dystopian shelf, and there are still very much a few books that do not have a place, and I just don't know what to do with them because like it would be kind of weird if I just intertwined them with my realistic books. So I'm really struggling on where to exactly put them. Yeah, I'm also trying to sort of keep things somewhat color coordinated for like aesthetic purposes, like not entirely, but like I'm trying to like not put a random white book in between a bunch of black books. The lighting, I don't know what to do, guys. I'll update you when I figure it out. Okay, update. I found a place for the Nevernight series and a couple random standalones. So it's literally just the Divergent series that doesn't fit on the shelf, which is kind of iconic. Like I literally, there's nowhere to put it. I love Divergent so much. Like it deserves to be on the main fantasy shelf, but this is how it's looking other than that. And this is the other half of my room. We'll get to that in a bit. Update, problem resolved. I put the Divergent series here, and I just moved these 3 random books that were on the fantasy section to the fairy tale retelling section. So if anyone asks, these 3 books, yeah, they're fairy tale retellings, totally. Okay, and here we are, guys. Finished. Except for all this. So yeah, we still have our work cut out for us, and I've been doing this for like 2 hours. This is so funny. Oh my gosh, like we're not done? What? You're joking. You're seriously joking. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? I can't wait for Heartstopper Volume 5. Anyways, pausing the music so I don't get copyrighted. I think what I'm gonna do for all my contemporary romance is put them in the stacks like I had before, except this time it's all like somewhat cohesive books and not just random stuff. But yeah, I do still have a few mysteries to kind of fit in here if I can. If not, we're just gonna pretend they're realistic fiction. I mean, they kind of are. You can get murdered in real life. That's not good, but like, I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to color coordinate them and do like rainbow stuff, but I want to keep authors together, so this might be tricky. Maybe I should have just kept my bookshelves the way they were. Guys, I can't tell if this is stable or it's gonna fall. It's probably fine, right? Okay, I hate how Mary Jane's sticking out, so I'm gonna move it to the bottom. Probably knock over this whole thing. It's literally shaking. Okay, we're a little bit too many books high. It's on its last leg. Oh my gosh, this is scary. Okay, this should be better. Oh my god. I'm actually moving our literary stack from against this to against this blue box. So then I can put another stack here, which I think will be like kind of historical. I don't know if I have enough historical. I can make it work. And then this will all be like YA and YA romance. Guys, we're literally at the home stretch. Like, this might seem like a lot, but compared to what we have done, like, we're almost done, actually. I'm pretty much out of space, except for up there where I'm gonna put my displays of pink books and of Heartstopper and of Colleen Hoover books. But all this, if I manage to fit it all before, then there has to be a way. I will show you guys once my displays are done. Guys, we are officially done. Let me show you my quick display and then I'll show you everything. This is what I did. I had to squeeze as many books as I could in here. This is my little pink section. You can't even see all of it, but it's covered by Heartstopper, which is the best series ever, so it's okay. John Green books, Colleen Hoover books back here, Jenny Han books over here, random books here covered by this like calendar thing, some purple books, and then we have literally a whole book wall basically. I don't know if you guys have seen on Pinterest. I tried to color coordinate it / genre coordinate it, so it's a little all over the place, but it's definitely better than the last book stacks I had. There are literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half book stacks, so yeah, they could fall at any given moment, which is not good. Let me give you guys a full updated tour / montage. Wait, actually that's false. I need to put all my little trinkets all over the shelves first, so let's do that real quick. Okay guys, after literally almost 4 hours of working on this, it is time for the final reveal / tour, so let's go. Okay, so starting over here on the left, everything up here is pretty much the same. It's actually exactly the same. Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan books. And then down here has changed a bit. It is the Shatter Me series, which is my favorite series ever. If I get some merch or like even just like print out pictures, I'll put them on the shelf, but I'm not really too worried about that right now. It's just kind of a starting point. Down here is the Raven Cycle, another favorite series of mine, the Nevernight trilogy, which I have not read, and then 2 other dystopian books. So let's move up to the top. Also up here, nothing changed. I just realized Dorothy Must Die, that series, could have easily gone on the fairy tale retelling shelf, but there's no room. So there's that, couple of other random series, and then moving down a shelf, we have the first fantasy standalone shelf. And like I said earlier in this video, standalone doesn't mean it's just a 1-book series. Basically for me, it just means that I only have the first book. That's how I'm using that term very lightly. So fantasy standalones are up there with some the cute little Christmas decorations. Oh, this is all messed up. Okay, that's better. Yeah, there are some decorations scattered in there. It's more than usual because Christmas. This shelf is more fantasy standalone / books I only own the first of in series. A cute little candle up here. I kind of tried to color code it like green into like blues and gold and black. This cute little free little library thing that my mom got me. Yeah, that is that shelf. Sorry, I sound out of breath. Then my fairy tale retelling shelf. I love fairy tale retellings, and I actually own quite a few, enough to make a whole shelf out of it. So my Marissa Meyer books, Chris Colfer books, so like the Land of Stories series, some more ones. Okay, down here we're getting into my fantasy series that I own a majority of the books too. So like Twilight, some of the Crave books. I know there's a lot, but I only have 2. Some Grishaverse books, so 6 of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, Ruin and Rising, the only 3 books in that series I love. The Clockwork Prince trilogy, Infernal Devices, the first Chain of Gold book, a few of the Mortal Instruments series, and a cute little Christmas tree. Okay, more fantasy series. So the entire Harry Potter series, including The Cursed Child. I have not read that one yet. A couple of the Kingdom of the Wicked books and Emma and the Ashes book. I couldn't really put them together. It also is difficult because one's paperback, one's hardback. The Wrath and the Dawn duology. I have 2 copies of the first book for some reason. This Harry Potter quote that I wrote a couple years ago. The Divergent series, which was a struggle to fit in here. Some more series, Caraval, Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Darkest Minds. Oh, A Piece of Hair. Down here is my dystopian series shelf. So we have The Maze Runner, 3 copies of The Hunger Games, plus the rest of the series. I just saw this movie and I'm obsessed. The Legend trilogy, all my other Marie Lu books, I have a bunch. The Selection series / Kira Cass books, the Hush Hush duology, some more dystopian, and these aren't dystopian, they're actually fantasy, but they didn't fit anywhere on the fantasy shelf. Same with these, I believe they're fantasy, I don't know. And then going over here, my Christmas tree, my TBR for the month, which is why they're just like random, with some cute little Christmas decor. Then going down, these 2 first shelves are sci-fi. So I have the Scythe trilogy, the Aurora trilogy, the Delirium, I don't know, I'm delirious right now, the Matched trilogy, the Gracier and the Martian. And then we get into our like realistic books. So we have mysteries first. These ones are all adult, these ones are all YA. There's some more hidden behind this stack that you can't really see, some Holly Jackson, and same with down there, mainly YA mysteries, but a couple of adult ones sprinkled in. And then we get over here to our romance section. Not all these books are purely romance, but most of them are. So first stack is kind of miscellaneous. Like, we literally have a couple of dystopian books in here, but that's the only time that happened. The rest actually are cohesive, but ran out of space on the dystopian shelf. Yeah, second stack is basically like all literary fiction. So like we have some Frederick Bachman, Taylor Jenkins Reid, Sally Rooney, a couple of random literary fiction. I tried to put like pretty covers on the top. Like this one's not that cute, but this one's really pretty, I think. This one, like the 2 lollipops, Timothy Chalamet, just like a nice bright yellow. Yeah, all these are YA, except for the ones at the bottom actually, but I wanted to kind of color coordinate, so like with some gold, some like black, and then yellow, and then orange at the bottom. This stack, the only thing they have in common is they're all romance books and they're all blue. So we got some dark blue ones up here going into teal to more dark blue and then to light to like kind of green. And I actually really like this stack. It's so satisfying to look at. Also, you can tell that a lot of these used to be old library books that I bought at library book sales. This stack is more YA and a few adult contemporary romances. I again color coordinated, so like black, purple, blue, yellow, more blue. I have so many blue books, and then more yellow at the top. These 3 random books that didn't fit anywhere, and then these cute little purple books on display with beautiful covers, What Happens After Midnight, which I read and gave 4 stars. I loved it, and We Can't Keep Meeting Like This. And then lastly, our little displays over here that I kind of already talked about. We have John Green books, we have the Heartstopper series, which is about to have a 5th book, all my pink books, which I think are all adults, and like 1 YA romance. Jenny Han books, so The Summer I Turned Pretty, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and then lastly, my Colleen Hoover books. And that concludes my entire book collection, mostly, except I have a few in here, which are mostly like kids books. But yeah, oh, and my nonfiction over here, by the way. Yes. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me throughout this process all day. I would not have been able to do it if I wasn't filming a video. This was so exhausting. I literally got a full body workout in today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have not posted in so long, and I plan to do a book video, end of the year wrap up type of thing. So be on the lookout for that, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!